Hello, my name is Clay Staires with the Leadership Initiative. We are now stepping into level 3 of winning in the workplace. We're going to start talking. We're going to spend actually 9 sessions, okay? This is key. You're getting an extra session on this one, okay? But we're going to spend time talking about our management level training as we move forward. I hope you have enjoyed the worker level. I also hope you enjoyed the team builder level. And just so you know, if you are coming in, if you're a manager, I don't need to listen to those other ones. I want to strongly encourage you to go back so that you have the manager training in context. Okay, it's going to be very important. We started here at the worker level, spent 8 different sessions talking about how to be a star employee, how to be a wonder worker. All right. And then from there, we talked about how to transition from being a star worker to being a team builder, a confident team builder as you draw people to you. This is the session, the series that we're just coming out of here with the team builder. Now we're moving into the management level, talking about how to move from, now that I have people and I have the ability to draw people to me, how do I begin to manage work? How do I begin to help the company get things accomplished? We've got a lot to talk about here in this first session as we introduce this whole idea of management. Now, the key reason why we're doing this, and one of the things I really enjoy about this particular series of training, is you guys, I was not a strong manager by any means when I first started my company 6 years ago. I was a person that was a visionary leader, but I always resisted management. I always tended to say, well, management, it isn't my bag, baby, okay? It just wasn't my thing. I didn't know how to do management very well. But when I started my company, I found out very quickly how important management is. And if I wanted to be successful, if I wanted to actually build a business and not just run a company, but actually be able to build a business that could function without me, I knew that I had to learn how to become an excellent manager. So what I'm going to do through these 9 different sessions is just kind of pass on to you things that I have learned about management. Yes, I've been influenced by several different books, several different people, several different workshops and trainings. My coach, Clay Clark, has taught me a ton about management. But what I'm doing is kind of grabbing all this, bringing it all together, and I want to begin to lay it out for you over these next 9 sessions. There's going to be some key things, a lot of very practical tools that you are going to be able to use today in your office or in your company. So I hope you're going to enjoy this as we move forward. But again, what we've got going on here is we are now moving, as we start focusing on the management training, we're moving away from this level here where you were primarily focused on your job. I have this thing that I need to do. This is what I'm doing today, focusing on your task. As we move to the team builder, our focus came expanded. If you remember our concentric circles, which I love, our focus expanded from the worker level to include now, I need to also get other people to do a good job with me. Not just me, but getting other people to do it with me. And now as we move into the management level, now I am actually beginning to turn my focus not just on my job, not just on getting other people to do a good job with me, but now as we see here, my focus now needs to turn to the how. How are we doing the work? The focus here at the management level is all on processes, systems, checklists. Now those words right there, you may hear those words and go, oh my gosh, I hate those words. I just threw up in my mouth. I hate that. Type of thing. But if you want to continue to move up, if you want to continue to expand your responsibility and move further and further up into the chain of command, this management piece is going to have to be something that you begin to champion and that you begin to master. Because if you can't master management, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to get any traction. It's actually at this level of management where traction actually happens in a company. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But again, our focus now in this level is to begin looking not just at getting things done, but focusing on how we're getting things done. We're moving from the what we're doing here to how are we doing it. Beginning to focus on the specifics, the step-by-steps. How are we doing this? You may have heard of an ancient proverb that talks about you have to be faithful in small things so that you can be given bigger things. The way that I use this a lot of times in my management when I'm talking to leaders as they are growing up and moving up through an organization, as they are focused on winning in the workplace, is what I do is I tell them, you need to first learn how to manage and grow somebody else's thing before the great unseen hand, before the universe, before God begins to give you your own thing. Be faithful with somebody else's. Be a good steward of somebody else's resources, somebody else's company, somebody else's people, somebody else's money. Be faithful there. And that process of being faithful in somebody else's field, in somebody else's vineyard, will train you and teach you, prepare you, and equip you to be a leader of your own thing in the future. So again, once again, with our worker level, as we have here in the notes, with our production mindset, you were able to remain focused on just a few things. This is my job. This is what I'm doing today. Many times the work that you're given here at the worker level is work that's given to you. Hello, Clay, here's your job today. Here's what I want you to work on today. I just walk in and I'm given the work. It comes to me and this is what I do. I accomplish the task. And then here in this second level, the team builder or the developer level of production, you expand that capacity, remain focused on just a few things that you had to do. As you were able to focus on a few things, now what we're doing at this level is that you come to work and you're still given work that is given to you, okay? You're still doing work that is given to you, but now you're trying to inspire other people to do good work with you. Well, it's interesting now as we move to the manager level, you expand your thinking once again. Again, this is a mindset. It's not just a job. It's not just a position. It's not just a responsibility. It's a mindset. It's a management mindset. And if you try to manage with a worker's mindset, you will wear yourself slick. Because again, the worker mindset is if you want it done right, you got to do it yourself. But now as I move into management, I'm going to be responsible for multiple people's work. Multiple people's work and their task and the things that they're doing. I have to make sure that they all coordinate and they are all organized and they're scheduled, that they have the resources that they need. So again, if I'm down in the weeds trying to do all of that stuff, I'm just going to wear myself out. So we apply our skill and our knowledge to something that we now have to assign the work. As we say here, it's not something that work is given to me. Now I am beginning to assign the work to others. That can be a real trick. A lot of times what I find over and over, as a matter of fact, just this morning, I was speaking to one of my clients, and this is one of the traps where they had been caught. One of the traps where they had been stuck for a while with their employees. What they were doing is they kept assigning work, but the problem is the assignments were huge. The assignments were really big. They were very broad and very vague. I want you to go complete this. I want you to go do this project. They didn't get down into the details of how that project needed to be done. And now here they are frustrated with the person because that person wasn't able to multitask. They weren't able to get the whole job done. They didn't get it done in time. They didn't get it done the way they were supposed to get it done. They missed pieces. There were things that fell through the cracks. And the manager is upset at the worker because they didn't do the job. But the problem in this situation was the manager didn't manage the work. They didn't delegate, they abdicated, if that makes sense. They just said, here, go do this, and they turned their back. So I want to help you here as a manager. How do we delegate? How do we give work to other people that is work that they can actually accomplish? As opposed to continuing to be frustrated as a manager. Well, I just can't find good workers, just can't find people to do the work that I'm giving them to do. Nobody wants to work anymore. Okay, again, I know that there is a measure of that out there, but I think there's always been a measure of that out there. And I want to be really careful that we don't begin to blame the workers down here when really the problem could be I am not managing well.